And there you see then Universal Champion Hércules Ayala, one of the strongest men in wrestling. His manager, Chicky Star, the Golden Boy, facing the challenge of the challenger gentleman, Chris Adams. There he is with the beautiful jacket there, Union Jack. From England, the Hustler Rip Rogers.
Who cares if gentleman Chris Adams is from England? The only thing anybody cares about is that Hércules Ayala, the mountain of a man, one of the strongest wrestlers in the world today, is wrestling in San Juan, Puerto Rico before over 15,000 crazy, screaming wrestling fans. And they're there to see their champion. And the champion just happens to be none other than the mountain of a man, Hércules Ayala, managed by none other than the Golden Boy, Mr. Chicky Star.
Well, that's accurate. There's Gentleman Chris, very proper chap across the sea. Very talented, a very experienced young wrestler up against the man mountain that is Hércules Ayala. And there you see the crowd at Roberto Clemente Coliseum, and they are standing in expectation of a great match for the title.
Well, you know it's going to be a great match because, number one, you have Hércules Ayala, the Universal Heavyweight Champion, defending his crown, and you can hear thousands and thousands of people, about 15,000, cheering their hearts out for their beloved champion, Hércules Ayala.
You're absolutely right. That's probably the only thing you're going to get right on video, Rip, but give credit where credit is due. Right now, the referee is going to explain to both gentlemen the rules for this particular match. And I'm sure that's one guy who's going to go strictly by the rules, Mr. Chris Adams. Very sportsman-like wrestler. That's why he's so well-liked in the Caribbean.
Yeah, he's one of the most boring wrestlers I've ever seen. He looks like your basic Mr. Goody Two-Shoes white boy who don't know what's happening in the world of professional wrestling. Meanwhile, the champion, someone you can be proud of, Hércules Ayala, a huge man, one of the strongest men in the world today. He knows what's going on. He knows how to wrestle. He knows how to brawl. He knows how to bend the rules if need be, and that's why he is the Universal Heavyweight Champion and not gentleman Chris Adams.
Well, the referee for this match is the Hammer, El Martillo Marin.
The Hammer. Who cares? Looked like somebody hammered his face.
Oh, my. Right now, the introductions being given to the crowd. The belt being held high by the referee. And that means, and this one is for the marbles, as it were. Perfunctory check of Chris Adams. Of course, we know Chris Adams is not going to have any foreign substances on his person. But then again, I really don't know about Hércules Ayala.
Now, how can you say that Chris Adams is going to play by the rules? How do you know what's going to happen in this match? Anything can happen in a championship match. It could be maybe Hércules Ayala. Maybe he's going to be the one that goes completely by the rule book. And maybe it's going to be Chris Adams who bends the rules, who twists the rules to his advantage. You don't know that, and I don't know that. So let's just sit back and watch and report what's really happened and not your prejudiced opinion against my man, the Universal Heavyweight Champion, Hércules Ayala.
Now hold on there. There's a Hércules has a foreign object right there at ringside. Don't you see him? Chicky Star.
Don't try and act like you're intelligent out here. Look at the power of my man, Hércules Ayala. A man weighing 300 pounds of solid muscle. And if I were a betting man, which I am, I'll bet you $500 right now that Hércules Ayala beats gentleman Chris Adams in under 20 minutes because he's bigger, he's stronger, he's faster, he has more experience, and he's got me as a buddy.
Sorry, Rip, but the match started and they closed the window on you. And right now, you see the power manifested of Hercules, a very powerful man. Look at the big muscles, the weight, the height. He's got everything. He's got everything that you need to be a champion, and basically, he is the champion.
Well, it's about time you gave him some respect, because Hercules Ayala is a great champ. Look at Chris Adams. He looks like a little rag doll trying to topple the strongest wrestler in the world today.
Well, that may be true, but you know what Chris Adams' business card says? Half super kick will travel. And if he's able to land that on Hercules, he could be down for the count. But right now, it's Hercules missing the big elbow drop and the drop kicks. Series of them. Oh, beautiful move there, acrobatic. But meanwhile, Hercules Ayala is doubled over in pain outside the ring. And here comes Chicky to add his 2 cents.
And the goody two-shoes white boy from England giving a big gymnastics demonstration, trying to showboat, trying to be a star. Well, the Russian judge just gave him a rating of 2.1 on his little kip up and cartwheel.
Well, you can't trust those Russian judges, can you? There's a referee counting. Of course, you know, the champion cannot lose his title on a count out, but Hercules Ayala not about to be count out of this match because he wants to prove he is the man before this capacity crowd at Roberto Clemente. You know who Roberto Clemente was?
Oh, excuse me. The man who got 3,000 hits playing 17 years with the Pittsburgh Pirates. The man who died in 1972 trying to help his fellow Nicaraguans. The man who was a living legend, who had the greatest right arm in the history of baseball, could throw to third on the fly from right field. No, I know nothing about Roberto Clemente. Try and stump me again, Mr. Trivia.
Well, I'm impressed. Referee lock up, side headlock now by gentleman Chris Adams. And he's got Hercules in a vice, but he's in a perhaps opening himself up for a bear hug from this position. Of course, Hercules known for that big bear hug.
Well, you got one of the strongest men in the world today in Hercules Ayala, and that's why he is the Universal Heavyweight Champion. The strength of 10 men with those huge shoulders, those cannonball deltoids, the sloping trapezius, the sign of raw power, those stanchions of power, those tree trunk thighs, diamond-shaped calves, wasp waist, and a maniacal brain. The master of sadism, that's your Universal Heavyweight Champion, Hercules Ayala.
Well, there you saw a right from Chris Adams, and Hercules didn't like that one bit, but the crowd sure did.
Well, how would you like it if the dirty all-American white boy from England, whatever he is, if he would throw a closed fist at you for no reason? And if you're the champion, you deserve some respect. You're the champion, the Universal Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, gentleman Chris wouldn't do that to me, but certainly Hercules will have to do a lot more than that to get Hercules off his feet, that's for sure.
Hercules, not only is he a great champion, he also owns a great pool hall in Bayamon.
Well, the master of trivia, that's what you are, yes, minutia. Well, I'll inform you that Hercules has gained the upper hand here, now the upper elbow, with that big smash right on the neck of the man from England.
That was the old craning process of the elbow.
Absolutely, that's what I said. Now slingshot off the ropes. Flying cross body, and he takes the big man down for a 1 count, and that surprised them. Nice arm drag, and Hercules running for the hills, or the ropes at least.
No. You and I are looking at 2 different matches. What really happened was Hercules Ayala is letting Chris Adams lull himself into a false sense of security. Now, Chris Adams thinks he's shining, but what's really happened, the master of psychology, the chess master, the Universal Heavyweight Champion, the man who owns the greatest pool hall in Bayamon, is setting the prey up for the kill.
Thank you, Mr. Malaprop. And now Hercules Ayala with the fingers right in the eyes. The referee admonishing Hercules now.
He's setting setting up his prey, sort of like Craven the Hunter would do to Spider-Man.
What? Off the ropes, Chris Adams with the big Herculean clothesline. And now the task looks much easier for the big man. Covers 1, 2, but no. Still a lot left in young Chris Adams.
Oh, young Chris Adams trying to put him over. He's from England. He's a white boy. Everybody loves him. Tell the truth. Hercules Ayala is the master of the bear hug. He's the Universal Heavyweight Champion. He owns a great pool hall in Bayamon. He's got an arm almost as strong as the late, great Roberto Clemente. Give the man some credit. Give the man some credit for being the Universal Champion, for owning a great pool hall, and for being the star that everybody, that 15,000 wrestling fanatics came. And look at that! I love the way he scrambled the brains of the Englishman, gentleman Chris Adams, and I don't think he's going to get to use his famous super kick today.
Yep. That's certainly the head of the board there, Chris Adams, and that table meeting for the first time. And I think it was very nasty circumstance for the Englishman. But of course, you didn't mention Hercules Ayala is a master of the figure 4.
There's no reason for me to mention it. Everybody that knows anything in the world of professional wrestling knows when you're talking figure 4 leg lock, it's synonymous with Hercules Ayala. Just like when great photographers are mentioned, it's synonymous with Eddie Grice, one of the world's most famous photographers for Playboy magazine.
Oh my goodness. Hugh, what would Hugh Hefner have to say about that? Anyway, Chris Adams right now trying to get his head clear. Oh, but that's not going to help one bit.
Oh, Excedrin headache number 2, and I love it. Now, Hercules Ayala, the Universal Heavyweight Champion, the strongest man in the world, the man that owns the pool hall in Bayamon. He can sit back, he can collect his thoughts and plan his next series attack on this challenger, gentleman Chris Adams. And now the challenger, who was so cocky before, who was so sure of himself, is now backing up. You can see he's got scared, S-C-A-R-E-D, written right on his face.
Thank you, Minnesota Fats. And now Chris Adams, as you see, trying to come back in the ring, but his entrance totally blocked by the champion. Now he goes right out, pulls the hair, tries to, oh, slams him right. I tell you, Chris Adams is getting to know that pole a lot better than he'd like to.
And there's nothing he can do about it, because Hercules Ayala is bigger, he's stronger, he is faster, he has more experience, and he's wrestling in his hometown. He's wrestling in his homeland, representing his people, and that's why you see 15,000 screaming, crazy wrestling fans cheering their champion on to victory.
Now hold on there, we're in the Caribbean. Haven't you ever heard of the British Virgin Islands? Oh, here Chris Adams blocks Hercules, and there's a taste of his own medicine.
What do you mean a taste of his own medicine? I've never seen Hercules Ayala maliciously break the rules like Chris Adams doing. He's grabbing a chair. Why is he should be disqualified if there's contact. If there's contact, he should be disqualified.
Right on top of Hercules. And I tell you, that looked like, look at that. A lightning bolt coming down on Hercules' head. And Chris Adams is smack dab back in this match. The crowd loves it as well here. Goes downstairs, upstairs with an uppercut. Look at those hooks. A little bit of boxing experience in the past of the gentleman Chris Adams.
There's no way that was a close fist. He's breaking every rule. He thinks he's Mike Tyson. He thinks he's Muhammad Ali. And he believes he thinks he can beat the champion. And he might even do it because he's got momentum on his side. And he's even better than he thinks he is.
Did you see that? Big body slam of Hercules.
Oh, the super
kick.
He kicked him right in the face.
That could be it. The cover. Where's the referee? He's out cold. The referee's out cold. Chris Adams could have had a 10 count here. Chicky Star comes flying from nowhere, and he crash lands right on top of his own man. Now Chris Adams throws Chicky Star unceremoniously out of the ring. He's got an inside cradle. 1, 2, no, he can't hold it. And I tell you, the referee, El Martillo, got hammered himself on that occasion, or else there would be a new champion.
Oh, don't blame the referee. It's not his fault. Just focus on the champion, Hércules Ayala.
Oh, look, Chicky grabs the rope, and Chris follows himself. Oh, he could be a goner here.
Like I said, focus on Hércules Ayala. He's the Universal Heavyweight Champion. There's a reason for that, because he knows how to take advantage of mistakes. Adams made one. He paid for it. My man, Hércules Ayala, still the Universal Heavyweight Champion. There's nothing you, Adams, or anybody can do about it. Long live the king, the Universal Heavyweight Champion, Hércules Ayala, along with his manager, my friend, Chicky Star.